Facebook friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this good Sunday morning. It is September the 28th, 2025, and it is currently 9:11 a.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. I just woke up. Well, I woke up a little minute ago, but I'm just like getting up and moving around or whatever. And I was just in the mirror and I was thinking like, y'all know we the new aunties, uncles, and future grandparents and shit like that. And we gonna be the most childish motherfucking grandparents. I can already see it. But, and that reminds me, my niece had got here yesterday and she had said something to me and I was like, I know, right, Leah, clock it. And she was like, oh my God, TT, don't do that. Because my mom tried to do that the other day when we was in Kroger's and it's just, no. And I was like, that was my first time doing it, but I've been seeing a whole bunch of people do that on YouTube or whatever. So Leah said something to me and I'm like, clock it. And that just was so funny. But, yes, us. Being the new aunties, uncles, and grandparents. That is so funny. But I'm here, I'm gonna feed my whole team. We ain't going on no fast here. I'm here bringing generational wealth. Like, I do want to be the rich auntie. The rich mama, the rich auntie, the rich one who makes sure the whole family good. And that's so crazy because when I got on Facebook today, I just kept on seeing reels that said that. Like, you about to be the one in your family to make sure everybody good. And I could just feel it. Like, I be dreaming about that shit. So that's pretty cool or whatever. And I would be the one to make sure everybody's straight. My nieces, my nephews, cousins, brothers, you know. So that'd be dope. But, yeah, that's so funny. We, us, the new aunties, uncles, and grandparents of the universe. Oh, hold on, you need to cook a little bit. Let it cook. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, dang, I was about to get on here and talk about something. Oh, I was about to get on here and talk about me. I notice, like, when I go around certain people and shit like that, even if it's complete strangers, people will watch my videos and they'll think that I'm just going to automatically be knowing what they got going on in their life or something. Or that I spy on them to the point where I know what they be having going on in life. And I don't. And that is so crazy to me. Like, I can tell people be trying to pick my brains. Like, oh, well, if she know how to read energy, then she should be able to tell me what's wrong. Or what's going on. Or this or that. And why the fuck would I know what you got going on in your life? Even if we social media friends, I don't even look at people's page. So I wouldn't know what the fuck nobody got going on in their life. And when I be channeling energy or saying I'll be delivering a message or something, I just deliver the messages straight off the dome. What I think about, what I dream about, what I'm feeling at the moment. So if I happen to say something and it's relevant to what you got going on, that's just because that's your energy as well. It's the part of the message. But I ain't go do no research studying your pages and going to figure out who your baby mama, baby daddy, and all that shit. That's weird. I don't be up in people's business like that, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't even check up on my own baby daddies. So why the fuck would I know what anybody else baby daddy is, baby mama, or anything like that? I don't go looking for that shit. That's weird to me. And I can tell that people be thinking that. That's why I had to break it down one time to somebody, especially when they had came to Tobias. I'm like, shit, I fucks with Tobias, but you know, I don't even know the name of his Facebook page. We not friends on Facebook. I never went to that man's Facebook page. I don't know what the fuck he got on there. Don't know what his baby mamas look like. I don't know what some of the kids look like because he showed me a picture of them. Other than that, I don't know what the fuck people be having going on in their lives. But I can tell that people just be thinking that I be spying on them or something. And it be general love that I be sharing or showing. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, people be wanting to see, do I be spying on them? Or if she is psychic, then she should know this about me. Well, how the fuck would I know that about you? I wasn't thinking about you. I don't even know you. You get what I'm saying? So when people got to take psychics or whatever y'all want to call people like me. Mediums, psychics, know-it-alls, whatever y'all want to say. But even when you go get a psychic reading, a psychic is not God. You still got to use your own discernment, your own brain, and make your own decisions, no matter what the fuck a psychic tell you. So why the fuck do people feel like they should be playing up in my face or thinking that I know shit about them that I don't be fucking knowing? And if I do happen to hit it on the nose, then you should know that that's my God's given gift, and God gave me the information. Because don't nobody know you better than God. So, baby, if you got to go ask a psychic, you might as well just say your prayers, too. But some people, God sends messages through people. That's why we're called channelers. You know, like if you can't get through directly to God, then you can go through somebody else. And that just means that you need to build your relationship with God. You get what I'm saying? So never put too much praise even into a psychic or a prophet who might be right 100% of the time, 90% of the time, but so what? That's because God blessed with them with that message. You know how when you say your prayers, our grandparents and stuff, they taught us to say at the end of your prayers, like, in Jesus' name I pray, or in Yahweh, Yeshua, HaMashiach, the whoever, in his name I pray, amen. Because in order to get through God, you got to go through Jesus, is what they say. That's somebody like me. And I say it's the Jesus effect, but like a psychic, a medium, or anybody who can just channel messages or whatever, because I don't call myself a psychic. I just channel messages. But people like me, you still got to go through, I'm like a channel person. Like, oh, well, I can't hear God, so I'm going to go through Aaliyah and see what she said. And that's cool or whatever. But don't just sit around thinking that God just gives me particular messages to give certain people because, bitch, I don't fucking know you. And if you happen to hear me say something and it was relevant, then that was God working in your life. You need to hear what the fuck I had to say. I don't take credit for doing God's work. Like, however, if God gives me a job, I want credit for doing what he told me to do. You know? So, I don't know. That's a message for somebody. You know, people just be thinking that you should know everything about them. Like, I ain't no fucking stalker. I don't know everything about you. Girl, what the fuck you talking about? You know? But yeah, so maybe somebody is out there needing some advice or something, or they thinking about going to see a psychic, but they skeptical or whatever. You really have to make sure you trust in the people that you going to see too. Now, I will say that because some psychics, they'll just take your money. That's why I always say I do not offer personal readings and things like that. So don't take it personal unless it's personal. Don't make the shoe fit if it don't fit. But don't just assume that I'm going around spying on you so that I can give you a message or something. Boy and girl, fuck you. Do you know I live my own motherfucking life? But, yeah. Crazy how people would think. And I be noticing that. Like, I genuinely was checking up on somebody last night. And they almost made it seem like, well, if you know so much, then you should know. Like, no. I just said, how you doing? How's things going? I don't know what the fuck is going on. But sometimes my spirit will tell me to check up on some motherfucking body. Because something is going on. And I had this one friend like that too. And I think he got sick. To be honest, I think he caught HIV. Or whatever. But he didn't want to tell me. And I figured he thought like, well, since you know everything else, you should know. But no, if we ain't messing around like that no more, and, you know, I haven't been talking to you, you've been acting weird, you've been distant, you've been acting funny and shit like that, how am I supposed to know what you got going on? Then you don't want to tell me. And then he basically said something on the note like, well, if you a healer, how come you don't heal me? You're a bitter soul. You need to go and heal yourself first. And then you can heal that HIV and herpes and shit that you got. However, he don't want to tell me that he got that. And he don't want to tell me that he got that because telling me that he has that would make me be like, well, how did that happen? I thought you was talking to such and such and such and such. Or, you know, that girlfriend of yours that you put up on the pedestal. Or, oh, my friend that you thought was better than me. And then he going to be feeling dumb. So he don't want to talk about it. But you got an attitude with me because I used my discernment. Now I don't have that shit with the rest of y'all. And I said I'm a healer, but I can't heal nobody. You know how they say you can't help people who don't want to be helped? How am I supposed to heal somebody if I don't even know what the fuck you got going on? You get what I'm saying? So people, they be so funny, critical, hypocritical, judgmental, and all that type of shit. But then they own lives be fucked up. And then they sit around being grumpy and bitter, thinking that people with high vibrations is just doing too much. And we know it all. And, oh, she thinks she's Jesus. And no, I believe in Jesus. I do. I believe in God, is what I'm going to say. Yahweh, Yeshua. I sure the fuck do. And that's why I'm blessed and highly favored. But you see, they thought that materialistic things made you blessed. Oh, I got cars, I got houses, I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. That AIDS done set that motherfucking ass down. And you're going broke. I must be channeling somebody's energy. Oh, she thinks she know it all, then she should know this. I don't think I know it all. I learn something new every fucking day. Every day I learn something new. And that's one thing about me. I don't walk around thinking I know it all. I can know something about you. And I ain't even telling you that I know it. You know why? Because I ain't one for blackmailing. I ain't trying to have clout over nobody, hold nothing over nobody's head. I don't think I'm God in nobody's life. But sometimes God will give me the messages so that I can protect myself. That don't mean I'm treating you funny or no type of way. It just means that I got the download. So I ain't getting into that fuckery. And speaking of, I was talking to Tobias about that the other day because I was telling him, I'm like, you know, right before I met you, I was almost celibate for like a year and a half. Like I wasn't fucking nobody. And I was like, I wasn't fucking nobody because the people who I trusted and shit, I started peeping how they was moving, sleeping with this person, sleeping with that person. He got a girl at home, but he's sleeping with her, sleeping with them, sleeping with them. So I decided to go celibate. And when I went celibate, that was the perfect time. That was just God and my ancestors telling me, don't be fucking these niggas. So I was celibate for a year and a half, right before I had met Tobias. But prior to that, I was fucking with somebody. And that's the person I'm trying to tell you. I think that person got some shit. But that's because they were so arrogant. Money will get to motherfuckers' heads. Money will get to people's heads and shit. Oh, I'm the shit. I can fuck any bitch I want to. I got money. I got money. And that's how he started thinking. So go ahead and fuck any bitch that you want to. Actually, one time another guy had told me, like, I can fuck any bitch I want to. I just want to fuck you. Like, I got money. I got this. I got that. So the moment that he started talking to me like that, I knew that I didn't want to fuck with him no more. Because, boy, you just wasn't acting like that before you ain't had this money. Now you got this money, your whole demeanor has changed. You think you can fuck any girl you want to and all that shit. I started backing up out the way. The moment I started backing up out the way, that's when I started getting all them little weird-ass vibes and shit. And I was going to, when I said I went to urgent care to get an STD test or whatever, and they called me back like, ma'am, you don't have herpes. You don't have HIV. I'm like, I know. Like, why would anybody be thinking some shit like that? Right around that time, that's when I was celibate for a year and a half. So, you know, I was not confused about that. But somebody that I used to talk to got that package. They got that package because they was being arrogant. But it's the way God works. Don't put your hands on my child's money. They stole from me. Now you got that package. You stole my package. Now you got that package. I'm hearing my fingers. They itching. They itching for that paper. Yeah, their fingers was itching for that paper. Now they itching. Down there is what the fuck I'm hearing. But that's how God will give people their karma. I ain't paying that bitch back shit. Get it back in blood. Okay, now you got tainted blood. HIV. Don't you? How you like that? I'm hearing, how you like me now? How you like me now? And I'm not laughing at nobody's conditions or anything like that. And the way that the world is set up now, there's plenty of medicines, herbs, and everything that you can take for that. But when God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no motherfucking harm, that's what he means. So you can't get mad at a bitch like me just because I'm the anointed prophet and God gives me the messages. That don't mean that I know you. That don't mean that I curse you either. The Bible says what goes around comes around and that you reap what you sow. So I don't got to curse you. What you dish out is what you're going to get back, regardless of the fact. So when karma start kicking that motherfucking ass, don't worry about who did what to me. Remember what you did. Remember what you did and don't forget it. But don't be sitting around thinking that I be stalking you or that I know you or your girlfriends or your baby mamas or who you slept with or who you got pregnant. or anything like that. Because I don't. And don't care to. And I don't sit around stalking people so I can give messages. I don't have to. I'm a dreamer and a listener. A dreamer and a listener. Just like the prophets in the Bible. So, yeah. I just felt like I needed to say that. Like, people be being weird. Like, she knows so much, she should know this, she should know that. No, I don't. God gives me the information that I need to know that's relevant for my life, not nobody else's. I live my life experience. And in order for me to even channel you a message or something, that means that God knew that you were going to come across my video, or we were going to cross paths or something like that. He's the all-knowing, not me. But I'm hand-selected a lot of the times to deliver messages because I'm one of God's favorites. And I like that. I like that. And that's so crazy because at first, I didn't used to channel messages. Or I just talk to people like, girl, I had a dream about this, that, and the other. Or yeah, I had a dream about this. And people just didn't believe me and shit. So I started making the videos. And how I came across so many people who can agree, resonate, and everything with the shit that I be saying. And they don't think I'm crazy. But I knew I wasn't. Touch not my anointing and do my prophets no harm. So don't be going around bad-mouthing me and doing shit to me behind the scenes, thinking that I ain't never going to find out about it, or that God and my ancestors ain't watching you. Touch not my anointing and do my prophets no harm. Because the moment you do some fucked up shit to me, your life is going to go to shit. It might not be that very day, or second, or hour. However, you ain't got much time. Because as soon as you do some fucked up shit to me, the hourglass has begun. So as soon as you do fucked up shit to God's chosen ones, his prophets, as soon as you even put the negative intention out there, you might as well count your days. Because the hourglass has flipped and we waiting on the last piece of sand to drop. Okay? Touch not my anointing and do my prophets no motherfucking harm. Because the moment you start fucking with the anointed, the prophets, the 144,000 chosen ones that's talked about throughout the Bible, you fuck up everything. We're here to save the world, to make a difference, to start new world order. And you want to fuck with us? I don't think you want to do that, baby. Or you're going to get left in the Old Testament, in the old world, in medieval times. This is medieval times we living in right now. New world order is about to take place. Where it's going to be milk and honey, heaven on earth, paradise, the Garden of Eden. That's what we're working towards. So the moment you cross somebody like me, it's a death sentence for you. I'm not a fake. I'm not a phony. I deliver the messages that I hear. I don't give a fuck if it resonates with you or not, bitch. That's what you ought to know. But if it do, then you better take heed to the warnings that God is sending out before Judgment Day comes. And you never know the day, the time, or the hour when Judgment Day comes for you. We don't all get judged at the same time. That's why it's an individual life experience. Judgment Day for you is going to come when it comes for you. That's what people got confused. Oh, the rapture, Judgment Day, Judgment Day. It's not all just one day. You getting judged on your day. You getting judged on your day. It's like I'm making a list and checking it twice. I'm going to find out who's naughty or nice. When Judgment Day comes for you, God open up your book of life, your book of life. And he goes through what you decided to do in your life. Then you are judged. You don't get judged with everybody else. That's why they say I came into this world by myself. I'll leave this world by myself. Judgment Day for us is all on different days. So you get it confused when you say, oh, the rapture, the rapture, the rapture. No. Everybody's not getting judged at once. If you're 93 years old, bitch, your Judgment Day probably coming before mine. Not necessarily, but it could be. We don't all get judged on the same day. We don't. That's just like some people, they be all a part of a thing, all a part of a crime, a RICO crime and shit like that. Everybody don't get interrogated at the same time. on the same day. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. One person getting interrogated on Monday. Now you going back to the holding cell. Bring me that motherfucker on Tuesday. Bring me him on Wednesday. Now we gonna pause for a minute. We gonna sit. We gonna dwell on their stories. We still got 3 more people to interrogate. Go get them on Saturday. Go get them on Sunday. We doing this shit on the weekend. Now it's next Monday. We back again. We interrogating somebody else. Now we about to put all the stories together. You get what I'm saying? Nobody is judged at the same time. So, just live your life right. And you wouldn't have to worry about the shit. And just make sure that the good outweighs the bad when judgment day comes for you. But don't sit around being mad at the chosen ones for delivering the messages. Bitch and bitch ass niggas, we trying to help y'all. And chosen people not perfect. God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. People like me, we had to go through the hardest shit to even become chosen. It's just like a job and chain of command and shit. You know, you go to a job, you at entry level, but you want to make your way up to CEO. Bitch, you got to start it from the bottom. Now we here. That's the same thing for chosen people. That's why they say, bitch, I'm up in rank, because I had started from the bottom. A little amateur, not knowing what I was doing. In my south node, getting fucked up just like everybody else. But it's all how you use your discernment, your intuition and your gifts and shit, and how you make moves in life. We all started from the bottom. Everybody. But it's how you decide to move around to get up to the top. So don't be mad at people who have made it to the top. The right way at that. Because you can make it to the top by doing fraudulent shit. And then here comes judgment day. So let's just say a person who cheated their way up to the top and a person who worked their way up to the top the right way, then they get judgment day. That person who cheated their way to the top, bitch, you gone. But the one who worked hard and did the hard work and put in that time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears, that's the person who wins. Granted, they was both at the top. You cheated. And I watched you. So get the fuck back and go to the level where you belong. But this one, she worked. She put in the hard work. Now it's time for her to be rewarded. You get it? So you cannot be mad because I got gifts. I worked for these gifts. You cannot be mad that I'm about to be blessed. I worked for these blessings and went a long time without them while everybody else was cheating their way up to the top. Doing whatever the fuck they had to do. Whether it was backstabbing, stepping on other people's necks, pulling them down and shit. Whatever they had to do to make their way to the top, they made it there. And people like me had to deal with that. People stabbing you in the back. Using you as a crutch while they make their way up to the top. Meanwhile, beat up and shit, we still putting in the hard work. Now I'm up here with you. But now it's judgment day. And you about to be judged. So don't be mad because you cheated your way to success. And I worked my way to success. Because at the end of the day, the undercover boss, our daddy, hey, Papa, he's been watching the whole time. Right along with the angels, the ancestors, and the spirit guides. So they know who did what. They know who cheated and who put in that work. So again, favor ain't fair, is it? We were both at the top. I got to the top first. But you cheated. You was doing shit behind the scenes. And what happens in the dark always comes to the light. So don't be mad when a prophet comes along and exposes your secrets. Bitch, ain't nobody stalking you. Nobody's going to your little pages, your little TikToks and Facebooks and all that. Nobody's checking up on you. God, the spirit guides, the ancestors, and the universe been watching you. And I was the chosen one to expose you. So don't hate me because I'm doing my job. I'm hearing, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Don't do it. Because we had the same opportunities, remember? And you laughed at me when it was taking a long time for me to reach the top and you had already been there. But now I'm about to laugh at you. You know how they say laugh now and cry later? Because you're about to get debunked because you cheated. And now everybody about to know how much you cheated. Don't be embarrassed either. Say it loud and proud. Like how you was doing when you was up at the top. After you had cheated your way up there. Don't hate me, because I did it the right way. So that's for somebody. That is for somebody. I don't know. I'm hearing that goes for views too. So maybe somebody is in competition with somebody over social media. Like, let's say influencers or something. Like, oh, I got more subscribers, more followers, more viewers and stuff like that. But you be buying your views. You be buying subscribers and shit. You be getting AI robots and shit to like your shit. I got more views than her. I got more subscribers, but you buying them. And then your competition, you shadow banning their pages and shit because you work or you know people who work for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and everything like that. So you take, hey, girl, block her page up some because we getting money. I can't have her go past me. We got more views and we got this, we got that. If they find out who she is, our viewers gonna start watching her. So you gotta block her. So that means you sitting at the top. But God sees everything. And the tables always turn. So when you get blacklisted and all your little subscribers and little viewers and everything start leaving and they go to the Real Prophets page, don't get mad, baby girl. We put in the hard work over here. You should have did the same. But you was too busy trying to get people to be crooked and wicked like you. But ain't that the work of Satan? Anywho, you gotta learn them. You can't even know God without knowing Satan. That's why I always said, you say you want to take a ride, get in. Because I be on that other side, getting it in. You gotta go dance with the devil. And you better make it up out that bitch or you will die in hell. But you gotta go dance with the devil before you become holy and sanctified and godly and shit like that. You don't know God if you don't know the devil. I'm hearing we are one. Because we all got a good and a bad, a light and a dark side. And if you keep on fucking with godly people, we will show you Satan. You know how? Because we've been there. So we remember how to get down to the nitty gritty. Real low vibrational. Because we all started from the bottom. Remember? We danced with the devil too. So, yeah. We just chose to be godly. Because we got up in rank. So don't forget it. You better not ever forget it. Let's just compare the two. Let's just say God and the devil. Well, the devil is when you low vibrational, when you at the bottom. And God is when you high vibrational and you at the top. But you have to start from the bottom to make it to the top. So do you believe that God was never devilish? You got to know that. You got to know that. So, anyway, that's the channel message that I have. That's what I woke up hearing, thinking about, and wanted to talk about. I haven't watched YouTube or anything yet. So, yeah. The only thing I've been doing was, I was looking at some reels on Facebook. And they were talking about how you're going to be the one in your family to make sure everybody's straight. And look at the universe. Universing.
My gym.
This is my niece. Say hi, Leah.
I'm coming to the camera, my hand with the best. I'll say hi though.
That's Leah. This is my granddog. Laugh. Everybody knows laugh. Laugh it. Okay, get out, laugh. See, we was talking about privacy. I don't have no privacy. Even if I was on the toilet. Lex, Lily, barge on through. It don't matter. The granddogs come through. Mally, he don't give a fuck. Mari, he need the phone. It just doesn't. It don't matter. It don't matter. You see, my Leah done came up in. It's just this is what the kids do. That's what I was talking about. We the new aunties, uncles, grandparents, and parents and shit. And we just childish as fuck. Because I swear, that's what I was thinking of when Leah was like, she said something, I'm like, clock it. Get the fuck down. Y'all need to go outside. All right, let me take my grand dogs out. I will talk to you guys later. Love you guys. They trying to wake everybody up to take them outside. Here I come, y'all.